Welcome to Chile and welcome to another Gaz Right video. We're in the capital and largest city, Santiago. It's a beautiful little spot founded in 1541 by Pedro del Valdivia. Have I pronounced that right? Absolutely not. But all the names of places we go to, things we see, will be overlaid so you can search them yourself. You've got the Andes in the backdrop behind you. You've got the tallest building in the whole of South America here in the city centre. We're going to take you through the full 48-hour itinerary, full room tour, where we're staying. We've got a beautiful little spot, best brunches, best viewpoints, best place to get a little beer wari in the system, and all the key tourist spots. If you have any questions, bang it in the comments down below. We're still en route, not to 2 to 3K subscribers, so hit that button. Let's get cooking, baby. Oh baby, day number 1 and we're in the mixer already. Vitamin D going straight into the bones. I've just been for maybe the best breakfast I've had on the trip so far. Phenomenal service, unbelievable food, but I'll talk to you about that very, very shortly. First, LATAM Airlines who we flew with, literally, I'm gonna give them a 9 out of 10. The customer service, the legroom, the entertainment was unbelievable. The only thing that slightly let them down was the food, but take it from me, LATAM Airlines, ridiculous setup. In terms of first impressions, Santiago Chile, very, very good. Everyone is super friendly, super nice. And I don't know, for me, it's a massive cross between, you could be in like the French Riviera, you could be in like Eastern Europe with some of the buildings, you could be in the middle of the Alps with the backdrop of the Andes and the mountains in the old mixer. And then obviously you could be in a little tropical haven, there's like palm trees and all that sort of stuff. So beautiful setup, great people. One of the things I'm seeing as a big positive as well, and again, depends what you're like, if you'd like this or not, nobody or very few people speak English, and if they do, a very small amount. So I'm absolutely loving that. I like being in a place where you feel like you're in the unknown, and I think just us English people in general, do you know what I mean? We are terrible with other languages, which is pretty bad. So hopefully we can pick up a little bit of Spanish. And we'll see, do you know what I mean? Just learn to speak the old Queen's English. So trying to speak a little bit of Spanish is obviously proving difficult, but it's always fun. I've just been trying to learn like a couple of phrases, obviously it's like hello, trying to be able to order a few things off the menu, at least trying to make a little bit of an effort. But let me put you onto an unbelievable little breakfast joint, a place called Brecci. They've only opened recently. I was doing a lot of research this morning trying to find some nice places to go to. I was sat watching the sunrise from our apartment. The view from our apartment is an absolute joke, with the mountains and the sun rising up, cascading through the old valley in between. And then yeah, this Brecci spot was the only place with five-star reviews. A lot of the places, do you know what I mean, did not have good reviews, like a lot less than 4, which is the absolute minimum that I would normally go for. But in terms of the food, service, 10 out of 10, super friendly. The lady was speaking to me in Spanish for a while, and I was like, lo siento. I thought I'd just learn to say sorry and all sorts just before I go out, so at least I can be like, oh yeah, it's my fault, apologies. And like the head guy there, unbelievable, like talking me like through at the end then about like places to go. I showed him my plan and stuff like for the next few days, and just confirming the best spots, gave me a few little beer gardens and stuff as well. So yeah, service, friendly, just like a really enjoyable start to the day. But the food, different gravy. Went for the birria tacos. Sensational, do you know what I mean? That meat that's just been marinated, just falling apart. Nice tiny little bit of spice to it. Obviously it was a breakfast, I don't want something blowing the absolute socks off me. And then went for the eggs benedict. Never seen eggs benedict like that before, where like it was like stacked up, and then between the layers we had like avocado in there, we had feta crumbled on top. The bechamel sauce was again unbelievable, dippy, gooey, next level poached eggs. So yeah, for me, they're getting a straight 10 out of 10. I'm gonna have to give them a really good review on TripAdvisor and Google, so they can maintain, do you know what I mean, their 5 stars so far. So yeah, good little start to the day. I'm gonna head back now. Emma has got a little bit of work to do this morning, so I'm gonna go get a quick shower, change, and then we're gonna be in the mixer for the old afternoon. But I'll walk you straight into a little room tour, and you can go check that out in the distance. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with. Center of screen, absolutely ridiculous setup, lovely little park, and then yeah, you got the mountain peaks in the backdrop. Tell you what, it started bloody well. This is what I was in the market for. I'm excited. I am excited. Any questions in the comments, baby? little apartment accommodation tour for the old team. Lots of space in this one. Zip apartments right in the mixer, right in the centre of Santiago. £31 per person per night in here. Huge living space. We were going to pay like 25 to stay in like a private room in a hostel. However, a little upgrade. The queen of booking.com, the king, as always, doing bits for the team. Big living area. They stocked it up with coffee and some water as well, which is required because it's currently 26 degrees inside. I'm just working out how to turn it down. Nice big TV, hopefully get the football on there. Tested the bed out. This is my biggest gripe or biggest positive when I see a room. I want 2 pillows, one for the head and one for between the old legs. Bathroom this side, we'll get onto in a second. Santiago, obviously first impressions, buzzing little city, and then yeah, you've got the beautiful mountains in the backdrop, so hopefully we're going to get some flare JPEGs on some rooftop bars and then getting in the absolute mixer, doing some hiking in the old coming days. Hopefully is working out the air conditioning situation. And then yeah, the bathroom, pretty decent setup, nothing too much to report here, but yeah, the king as always doing bits. Nice little walk-in wardrobe vibes, and yeah, just a top drawer effort as always. Big space, loads of place to get a little bit of work done, a little bit of editing done. Things you love to see. I always think it's worth just paying that tiny bit more, £6 each a night, just to get your own space. From the 16th floor, we're at the tippity top, baby, but we're only halfway up. Pleasure. Showered, changed, refreshed, and back in the absolute mixer. Centro Costanera. That's not how you pronounce it. The name will be on the screen now. 300 metres up, the tallest building in the whole of South America. 360-degree panoramic views, so you know your boy G-Dubs had to get up here. You know what I mean? Every city, every country we go to, where is the best viewpoint? Where can we get those absolute ruthless MP4 files? Just had a couple of walks right now. It's actually silly views left, right and centre. Obviously, you know it's a big city, being the capital. 6 million people live here, but the scale is absolutely ridiculous. Each point has got different little points of interest. Obviously, you've got skyscrapers, huge buildings kind of throughout. Obviously, you've got the National Stadium on this side. They do have a little bar inside, so if you do want a beer, if you do want a coffee, if you just want to chill, relax, plenty of opportunity to do so. I'll give you a little walk around, a little walk, tour, chat as we kind of go. The mountains in the backdrop are kind of the flair part for me. It's going to set you back 15 of the Queen's English pounds, or 18,000 pesos, which is about 18 doll hairs to get in here. But yeah, for me, I think the beauty of the city, and then obviously you just contrast that with the mountains in the backdrop, which obviously absolutely dwarfs where we are now, which is absolutely ridiculous. Financial district over on this side, and obviously yeah, the Snowtop Mountains. For those who don't know, you're gonna have to get to know the Andes Mountains. Absolutely ridiculous, run down the border, and yeah, it's just absolute silly behaviour. Hopefully we're going to be getting up into those in the coming days. Nothing too crazy, but you know, just getting the heart going, get the walking going, and we'll see what we can do. A few little helipads on this side. This is the financial district, so obviously where all the big swingers are, and there's loads of different kind of information on here. So if you do want a little bit more detail, and if you do speak Spanish, that's going to help you a lot more than me. But we're learning as we kind of go. But you know what I mean, you don't need to speak Spanish to check out the absolutely ridiculous views left, right and centre. Drink it in. The golf course is looking a little bit dry. One thing to note as well, obviously, went out for a bit of breakfast this morning, and went out at probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Sun's just come up quite late here, and obviously set's quite late as well. It was actually pretty cold. I was in joggers and a big jumper. Now I've come out and it is absolutely stifling hot. 24 degrees, pure sun. Em is in joggers and a jumper. Actually a North Face top that she's bought, which is actually unbelievable bit of kit. What a purchase. But yeah, it is unbelievably toasty. How many times can we say unbelievable? But yeah, obviously you get the views left, right and centre. And then obviously moving over to this side where is San Cristóbal Hill is, where we're going to actually go up here tomorrow and check this out, get a little bit more up close and personal on this side. Straight in the centre of the frame now, on the top there. Gonna have to keep walking, talking, because they are pumping the old music out, so we don't want to be hit with a little copyright strike. And then yeah, little river running through the middle. It's just ruthless views. If you like scenery, this is definitely the place to come to. Obviously, me and Emma have been doing a lot of travelling, checking lots of cities. I'm always keen to go up the viewpoints, but it's one of those. If you've been up like the ones in Vietnam, stuff like that, it's kind of like very, very similar to those. But you're always going to get me up here because, you know what I mean, this is where you get the best views of the city. Yeah, just ridiculous behaviour. Good little viewpoint, definitely worth £15 if you ask me.
But yeah, obviously I'll refer back to how much it costs us to go up San Cristóbal Hill tomorrow and see which is the most economical. But obviously you're a lot higher up here. I think the Andes in the distance is going to be my personal favourite. And yeah, obviously San Cristóbal Hill on this side. We'll walk over this way, even though it is a little bit light, show you this side of the bar as well. But you are going to have my wispy tones in the old ear. Otherwise, we're going to get hit with that strike. But yeah, beers flowing, cocktails flowing just after 1 o'clock on a Saturday. So, you know what I mean? Surely a beer is on the menu very, very shortly. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really impressed with Santiago as a city so far. Lots to offer. Everyone's super friendly, super, super nice. And yeah, just absolutely ruthless views. For me, beautiful all round, but the best side is obviously where you've got the mountains in the backdrop. Just do a little full 360 and walk straight through the bar area. But yeah, coffees, beers, cocktails, whatever you want. Little matcha number. Yeah, it's just ridiculous scenes. But yeah, going to check this out. And then yeah, go enjoy a little rooftop bar, I think is on the plan very shortly. So yeah, definitely gets the old G-Dubs seal of approval. But we're back to where we started. And yeah, this is the side for me. Ridiculous behaviour.
The team, after getting the naughty views, were like, we're in the market for some more views, panoramic. We had a little rooftop cocktail bar, ready to go on the menu. Finally find our way there because we have no maps, no internet, but we're going back to the old school ways. We got there, it's closed for renovation, so ready to go. Check if it's open when you're back around. But come to tiramisu. I saw a little chalkboard with beers on the wall, so we know it's going to have to be good. And we'll get a little close up, look at the food. We've got, these are the, actually just probably do it on mine if it's easier. These are the ratios I like to deal with. Caesar salad with chicken. Imagine the amount of chicken that you normally get in there, and then look at what we've got here. I've learned from my mistakes, and I've pre-cut a little bit of chicken. The skin's looking crispy, silly amounts of parmesan, so hopefully it's absolutely top drawer. Wow. Chicken, super succulent, super tasty, nice crispy on the outside, nice and juicy on the middle, and get a little close up in here. As I'm chewing, digesting, they have, hopefully, I've not tried it yet, one of the finest drinks ever to be created. It's the chocolate stout. The guy in here was laughing at me because I was like, oh, can I get the stout? He's like, how do you pronounce it? I was like, stout? Apparently it's stout? I'm not too sure. It's how the Americans do it anyway, he said. Let's give it a little taste then. Oh, serious undertones of chocolate and a little hint of coffee. Not too bitter. Top draw for me. And M, of course, we're in the land of the wine now. Should be able to get the pale dries on the whites, not quite the rosé. We'll see what we can get. But for me, these ratios, that beer, get it on the menu. Cheers now. Round number 2, yeah, baby. We have the Tamango Hazy IPA, fruity. Look how cloudy that fella looks. Shout out to the boys at Cloudwater. Nectar of the absolute gods. For me, I'm always like hazy IPAs, 9 out of 10. That's probably what you're going to get more often. I'll probably drink them. If Guinness is on the menu, it probably goes Guinness, hazy IPA. However, if there is a chocolate coffee porter, I'll be taking that all day long. Usually a little bit stronger, but yeah, absolutely banging. Just to touch on a few of the prices, a little bit of an observation. Firstly, we're not drinking schooners anymore. We're back on the pints, the vessels we love to see, which is a big plus. In terms of wine, silly value. That's half a glass of wine. M's was up to here, and it was 4 of the Queen's English pints. So silly value. The porter was the most expensive, $8, but yeah, obviously that comes in about £6.50, and the hazy IPA comes in at, look off the top of the thing now, about £5. So really, really good value for anything like that. If you're drinking like specialist IPA beer, all that sort of stuff, it usually is pretty expensive. But yeah, I'm going to go through, every time we're going through country stuff, I'll tell you the beer price, I'll tell you all the different prices, so you can make a judgment. So I'd probably say, yeah, about 20% cheaper than the UK as a rough ballpark, but both beers are banging. M said the wine is good, so we're on to greener pastures, no more schooners like in America. And yeah, cheers now. The Tamango, it is a banger. It is an absolute banger. Beerwari stop number 2. Unfortunately, the king has had to leave us. Jet lag has got the best of her, even though She's had about 9 hours sleep, but the show must go on. The guys at Brekkie this morning, I told you how nice they were. They came through with some stellar recommendations. We're at El Honesto Mike. Shout out to Shady. Lovely little bar. Just by chance, chatting to them this morning, they're like, do you like your beers? Do you like your porters? Do you like your IPAs? They saw me bloody come in because, of course, we bloody do. We're on the number 5 American porter. Hopefully, it's as top drawer as the last one. Smells absolutely delightful, to be fair. Elite bit of kit. Could be the exact same porter. For me, porter's gonna get always a minimum 8 out of 10. This one's a 9. Would like it to be a little bit cooler, a little bit stronger on the old chocolatey flavours. But yeah, buzzing little place, silly amounts of beers in there. They have about 20, 25 on tap. This is blowing wild. But yeah, it's going to be delving in, chilling here, see where the day takes us, see where the night takes us. The sun absolutely beating down. As I said earlier today, like, you've got to check the temperature. Went out this morning, I was in like joggers, a jumper, and it was super, super cold. This afternoon, I'm literally in shorts, t-shirt. Should have put some sun cream on because I'm going to be absolutely burning. But yeah, really good vibes. Santiago, there's a good buzz. I'd say, do you know what I mean? I'll only take it day by day and as we go. But as the guy said this morning, safety as a whole, super, super good here. Not had any problems. Loads of people chatting to us, loads of people being friendly. So yeah, for me, it's getting, slowly but surely, the G-Dubs tick of approval. We're tuning back in for any more beer worries, anything else of note. See you then, baby. On this channel, we're all about getting ourselves in the mixer, throwing ourselves in different environments, trying different foods, drinks, when nuts are not on the menu. This, as you can see, is bubbling at the top. I saw somebody order it and I was like, what the hell is that? And it's basically like 3/4 of a bit. It's basically like a lager top, but instead of the top being like something delicious, something gorgeous, something sexual and sensual in the same moment, like a little bit of lemonade, they put tomato juice, or tomato, no, it's not tomato sauce, tomato juice in there with some chili, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of lime, coat the rim in some salt as well. And like, I asked the guy, he taught me through it and he kind of sold it to me, and then I asked the lady, I was like, is it good? And she was like, looked to me as if I'd literally come into house on Christmas Day, pissed on the kids. So we'll give it a little taste test for the boys. I do like a Bloody Mary, so I think I might like it, but we'll soon see. That does look bloody spicy though, doesn't it? Jesus Christ, it smells like a tin of tomato soup. You know what? I'd definitely order this. You need to like, obviously, like if you like tomato soup, you'll like that. Nice little fizz from the beer, nice taste of tomato, and then the heat from the chili around the rim, and then a little bit of sharpness from the salt. I thought I was going to absolutely hate it. Got the full audience behind me as well, so we're going to have to say it's nice, but no, genuinely, that is a good bit of kit. I'm not sure how many you drink, and I'm not sure what would happen the day after if you had a session on 10, 12 of those. However, it does play ball, and I would get it again. Good bit of kit. Cheers now. Ooh, maybe. Day number 2, stop number 1. You already know the team are about to put you on to another banging breakfast. Eggy cafeteria, and as you can imagine, they've got a lot of bloody eggs on the menu. We've gone for the staples. I've got a little egg brioche bun, the fluffiest of scrambled eggs in there, and obviously a few extras on the side. We've got the bacon, we've got the avocado, and some extra eggs. I don't need to tell you what the eggs taste like, but there's one thing that matters around here. Double yolks. We take that. Yolk porn, the things we absolutely love to see. But hopefully this is going to be the star of the show. I've gone for, what's it called, Em? Espresso, double espresso with an orange juice in the mix as well. Not something I will be ordering. And ooh, actually, you know what? It tastes a little bit like Terry's chocolate orange. We'll give it another taste test. We're gonna have to double down. You know what? When you mix it, it's actually pretty banging. For me, I would stick with a normal coffee. We're gonna give a little close up on Em's because you know she's gone. For this is an Emma King classic. You ever see Em on holiday in Europe, our little city breaks? She is the queen of shakshuka. You have to give a little taste test, Em. No pressure.
10/10, can't beat a tax refund.
Love to see it. So yeah, for me, breakfast looks banging. The drink, it's a little bit of a spicy one. We're trying new things on this channel, left, right and centre. See you up at the hill very shortly, baby. Outside, Eggy cafeteria. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to do a full review when you're in there and about 1 metre from the actual counter. So for me, my breakfast was absolutely banging. The eggs in the little brioche bun, phenomenal. Good bacon, none of this super streaky stuff. So I thought the food was very good. That drink, they can't sell many of those orange juice and a double espresso. It's an acquired taste, and unfortunately I've not acquired it. But we do have another little goodie. You're going to have to give it a little taste test on this one. Look at this cookie we've got. Go on, give it a little try. Hopefully this can make up.
I mean, it's so chewy. A bit dry.
So the king, she's not enjoyed her shakshuka too much, and now she's got an unchewy, what's meant to be a chewy cookie. So yeah, for me, good start to the day. We're working on it, but yeah, I thought it was still very good overall. Again, super friendly, super nice in there. So yeah, just make sure you order the brioche bun and get the scrambled eggs, because they were banging. Oh baby, we've got another banger on the old cards. San Cristóbal Hill, essential bit of kit, way better than the Viewpoint I went to yesterday, and a lot cheaper as well. There is a bit of a queue to get on. If you book your tickets in advance, you skip like 90% of the queue. So I would do that online. We make mistakes, so you don't have to. But it was pretty quick, to be fair. Loads of people get on the Funicular up the old mountain. It is unbelievably steep, hence why it's a Funicular, not a train. It's £4.50 to go up and back on the Funicular, and the view's absolutely sensational at the top. You can walk up it. There's people running, cycling, walking. Obviously, we wanted to check that out for the old video. I would do that unless you're on like a big fitness hiking type vibe. I would, like I say, just get the Funicular up there. Breathtaking views. You can sit down, or you can take the views in as you kind of go up the mountain, and then when you get to the top, you are rewarded with the old 360 panoramic views. All the Andes mountains in the distance. You got all the centre of Santiago, all the buildings. It's absolutely unbelievable. The view up there, one, it's cheaper, and two, I'd say it's like twice, 3, 4 times as good as going up the old building that I went up yesterday. So I think yesterday was about £15-16. Today, yeah, £4.20, £4.30. Speaking of 420, there's a lot of people smoking a bit of the old up there, which is quite niche, because at the top, we didn't know, we're here on a Sunday. This was pretty cool as well. We went straight in there, and it was like mass in the middle of like the bit at the top. So you've got people there, the priest, all the mass going on, and you've got beautiful views in the backdrop. Super chill place, super relaxing, and yeah, definitely gets the old seal of approval. And yeah, I would just check what time you're going. We've gone right in the middle of the day on a Sunday. That's why there's a bit of a queue for the old Funicular and stuff. Obviously, if you go midweek or less desirable times, you'll say yourself queuing, but it wasn't too bad, to fair. Probably queued for like 20-25 minutes, something like that. And yeah, silly views, silly setup, good value. Would definitely recommend. As always, any questions, banging in the comment chair, baby. Live and kicking. We've done, I was going to say some hiking, got up to the hill, but we didn't earn them today. However, we are going to be drinking them. We are drinking a Thermatoa, which is an unaged brandy mixed with white wine and some pineapple ice cream. So it's terrible for the rig, and apparently it's going to be like absolute jungle juice. Look how big it is. Who needs a pint of brandy and wine? Apparently us. We're in the Bellavista area, loads of little quaint streets, all different colours, hopefully. Got a bit of an audience behind, so I'm going to have to say it's a banger. Jesus Christ, okay. Yeah, I know. That, pure brandy. So, it's actually really nice. It's very strong. It's super sweet, don't get me wrong. If you said to me, what was that going to taste like? A shitload of brandy, wine, and some pineapple. Super strong, look at that. That is an outrageous bit of kit. Right, chuck me the camera, keep it rolling. Give it a try, give it a taste test.
I like if I do, I want to give it. Oh, it's quite. Oh my god, what is that? It smells sick. What the hell?
The ice cream?
Yeah, I thought it was like foamy looking. Oh wow.
What do you reckon?
To me, it's a bit like a sangria.
Order it
Interesting.
again. Rate out of 10. What
I
flavours
don't
you
like
got?
sangria, so probably I wouldn't order it again.
So Em's just said there, if you like a bit of sangria, it's probably going to be right in your ballpark. I really liked it, to be fair. If you want to fire up, I imagine you get 2 or 3 of them in the system and you're absolutely flying. Well, that's going to set you back £4. A glass of wine is going to set you back £3. And they had beers on the menu ranging from £1 to £3.20. So a lovely little spot to fire up. I'll give you a little show of where we're at. This little fellow in here. But yeah, Boulevard Bellavista, basically the bottom of the old Funicular. You just head straight from there and you cannot miss it. Silly setup, outrageous bit of kit on the drinks. And the king on, you guessed it, Sauvignon Blanc.
It's all about learning the tricks of the trade. Obviously, G-Dubs has gone straight in for a big drink and I've taken probably the majority of the brandy. You're going to mix it to an unbelievable level so it looks like this. That's some like pink unicorn juice stuff. I've already tried it right now, but we'll go for another one. It tastes more like a pina colada. Now you've mixed it all together. I could definitely get on board with a few of these, but I reckon 2 or 3 and we'll be getting a little bit loose. But yeah, that's the consistency. That's the colour you're looking for, not what it kind of comes out. I give it a big mix, and to be honest, I think it's absolutely banging bit of kit. Beats the Fosters all day long, baby. Flying about the old centre of Santiago. Nice little park, nice little green space, and then in to the old mixer in terms of the main square, Santiago Square. Did a little bit something different, obviously, with the old walking tour instead of what I normally do, like walk and talk over it. Do you like that? Do you hate it? Do you want me to just talk and talk absolute rubbish left, right and centre, just babbling on as you know I do? Or is it better just to have the raw footage, get a feel for the environment and kind of what's going on? We're at St. Lucia Hill now. Lovely little spot. Again, this comes recommended from my friend at Breckie the other day. This was already on the list, but you know, it's nice when a local reaffirms it. Beautiful little water feature, water fountain. Do you know what I mean? You get a mixture of the architecture here. I was saying to Em, like, obviously, I'm not sure if it is due to the old Catholic backdrop or whatever it is, but there's a lot of similarities between a lot of the stuff you get in Europe here, in terms of, yeah, the architecture and the buildings, all the flairness. But yeah, really impressed by Santiago so far. Lovely little city. It does help when it's like 25 degrees. Little timestamp, we are here in the middle of September, so it's kind of like their springtime at the moment. But yeah, lovely little spot. Palm trees in the old mixer, left, right and centre. I think it's a huge cross for me between, do you know what I mean, being on like the French Riviera, being in the depths of the Alps, or being in like Eastern Europe. You get a mixture of obviously the buildings, the flairness. Yeah, big fan. Would highly recommend. And we have El Kingador over here, chilling, relaxing, taking it all in. Santa Lucia Hill, you start at the bottom, you get treated with a little bit of the old fountain action. I'd say a pretty 10-minute stern walk, weaving your way up past the cannons, through a little bit of the old greenery, and then the last literally like 4 minutes, I'd probably say up these really steep steps, kind of like one person at a time. However, you are rewarded with absolutely unbelievable views. Andes in the backdrop, snow-capped, and then yeah, all the old mountain stuff. It is pretty busy up here. You know what I mean, you could not swing a cat ride on this viewpoint at the moment. However, less of the viewpoint, more of the old views. It's just absolute ruthless behaviour. City all the way to the foothills of the mountains. Silly scenes, and then obviously the Funicular in the middle of the screen now, going up the mountain where we were a little bit earlier. So would highly recommend. Obviously the viewpoint we went to yesterday in the building, about £14–15. Going up the Funicular, you're looking at about £4–4.50, something like that. And then coming up here, it is absolutely on the House of Santiago. Little freebie, the things you love to see, baby. But yeah, I'm always going to be fired up for a little viewpoint. For me, this is always the best side. You got like the mixture between the old urban metropolis and the old mountains and the buildings. Ridiculous scene. So yeah, just in the middle of the screen now, Funicular straight up the old mountain. And then, yeah, you can see the tallest building, not the one on your right, the one on the left-hand side. Absolutely outrageous behaviour. It's what we like to call ruthless scenes, mate. This has got the G-Dub stamp, seal, handwritten level of approval. Naughty views, and it's a freebie. Get it on the list, baby. The final stop of the day is getting the fuel to set you up for a day tomorrow. Taco Toquintero, we're looking to get some either tacos, quesadillas, just some absolute naughtiness in the mix. We've gone for a 2-courser. We're going to go with drinks first, obviously on a little margarita number. Give a little taste test for the boys. Wow, that's the strongest drink I've ever had in my life. The salt packs an absolute punch, nice and fresh, and close up on the food. We'll go real slow through this. We've gone for the sharing nachos to start, which are a meaty portion to say the least, and then we've gone for a little birria burrito up next. Silly amounts of filling on there. Gone for the chicken. It's absolute carnage ordering, but it's what? It's going to force us to learn some Spanish because no one speaks English here, which is a good thing as well, because when I'm talking in public, it means they can't hear me absolutely waffling. Serious flavours, serious freshness, silly amounts of chicken as well, to be fair. Usually they skimp out on that, but for me, these are banging. Ooh, a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of kick, the cheese, good combination, and silly prices. Would definitely get my approval. 48 hours in Santiago, boxed off, wrapped up and sent in a one-way ticket to the old Gulag. Lovely little city, lots to explore, loads of different areas, diverse, super flair in terms of like the backdrop with the Andes mountains and yet the inner city feel. So yeah, a very good start to our South America journey, adventures, technically my favourite country and city in South America, until somebody knocks it off that perch. We've done 2 days here, which I think you can do all the main tourist sites within that. So 3 nights, 2 full days, and then we're leaving tomorrow, and we're going to Vino del Mar on the coast for a few days, then we're doing a bit of hiking, and then we're going to be back in Santiago. So there's going to be more Santiago content, probably in about 4 videos from now. So if you enjoy what you see, there's going to be plenty of Chile information, knowledge, wisdom, best places to go hiking, get a few beers, go wine tasting, and go near to the beach as well. So if you do enjoy it, make sure you stay tuned because they will be going live just after this video. For me, Santiago, I really enjoyed it. I think in terms of the view, I'm a sucker for a viewpoint, you know, the geographer at heart. I think all 3 viewpoints are good. I would go reverse order in their cost. So St. Lucia Hill for me was the best one. 10-minute walk to the top, beautiful views over the city, and it's kind of cool. Like you've got these like little steps when you get near the top as well. So for me, that was my favourite. Second one was obviously San Cristóbal Hill, beautiful. Views, 360-degree panoramic, and obviously you're a little bit higher up there than San Lucia Hill, but obviously it is super busy. If you do enjoy a bit of the old church, go on a Sunday. Mass was at 12 o'clock, and that was yeah, pretty flair experience just to chill. Obviously you've got like it's like you're obviously in a church, but it's open air, and you just got ruthless views behind. It's a bit more buzzing than a UK church, the ones I've been to. Do you know what I mean? They've got a guy on guitar, people singing. It's just an overall bloody good setup. So yeah, would definitely recommend that. We stayed in Zip apartment. Again, would highly recommend. Really good internet, really nice area, super easy to get around. The cheapest place for like drinks is Bellavista, where we went yesterday, where you get like the big thermo something cocktail. That was £5. Beers there were between like £1.50 and like £6. £6 being at the more expensive area, which is around I can't remember the name of the building now. The building where you go up, the highest building, there's a big shopping centre there, and it's a lot more built up in terms of restaurants and stuff, a little bit more, yeah, expensive, but again, depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for a real rustic Chilean Santiago experience, then I'd go towards like Bellavista. That was kind of more the vibe that side. If you want a little bit more upmarket feel, then you want to kind of stay either where me and Emma staying, or well, it's obviously yeah, Zip Apartments, or go and stay near the big shopping centre. We kind of have a mix between the two. We just booked this because it was obviously a really good price, high-speed internet, which is priority number one, and so forth. So yeah, would highly recommend. If there's anything we have covered that I've not answered fully, if you have any more questions on, or if there's anything I've not covered that you would like to know, bang it down in the comments. I respond to every single message. Heading out to the coast tomorrow, which is hopefully going to be a lovely little excursion. So as I say, plenty more content in the pipeline. If you enjoy what you see, hit that subscribe button. We're now en route to 3K subs. I'll see you in the next one, baby. Remember, the chef, he's always cooking. Let's get it.